I've been really looking forward to this one. I think that LinkedIn is just Dungeons and Dragons for squares. Okay. You have a character sheet. Your character sheet shows all the things you're supposed to be good at, what your experience points are. You basically go on little adventures together.
There's no dice. If there's some really cool shaped dice, then I'm in.
That's what I'm thinking is missing, right? So I think we just need like a browser plugin that turns LinkedIn into an actual Dungeons and Dragons game.
So, but who plays Dungeon Master? That's the best part.
That's what founders are.
story.
Founders are dungeon masters,
Oh,
right? So every startup is a
it's a
quest, and the founder is the dungeon master, and everybody else is going along and trying to improve their character sheet.
Oh my God.
I think it's just a very functional worldview, and
It's probably not wrong though.
and inadvertently, all these people are playing. They just people who would never play a game of Dungeons and Dragons are all playing the LinkedIn game. They don't realize that that's what's going on. So I think we should just make this more explicit. We should basically just add the dice in.
We do have skills now, right? So I mean, hold on. Let's think of it. You got the skills. What do we need? We need. LinkedIn has verified skill, not really verified, but you have like a little skills score.
Yeah.
So that tells me
not
if I'm
verified,
like a level...
but you can. Here's the thing. I have a story about that. So you can attach skills to anybody. Like I can assert that you have skills. And because all my friends are smart-ass hackers, my profile has some non-standard skills associated with it. So one time, this is more than a decade ago, Paul Allen was trying to get me to be his technical sidekick. And they were trying to hire, his team was like, we got to hire somebody to be Paul Allen's right-hand man who can like actually help with this tech stuff. I knew Paul a little bit, not well. I was like, okay, well, I already have a pretty good job. I don't think I want to do that, but I'll come talk to you. So I went and talked to the team. I talked to all the top people on the team, and they're like, oh yeah, this is perfect. You'll be awesome. So then I was supposed to go in and talk to, Paul had two major advisors that he did everything with, who had nothing to do with tech. They were like sports ball business guys. He really liked these guys. So I was supposed to go talk to them. And then all out of the blue, everything got canceled. They're like, oh, that's no. And I'm like, well, what happened? So I called and talked to the woman who was orchestrating my whole hiring process, which I was mostly doing for entertainment purposes anyway. And she said, Pavlos, we had to take you out of the running. I'm like, well, why? She's like, because of your LinkedIn profile. And I'm like, what are you talking about? She's like, well, you have some things listed under skills that we just can't have associated with Paul. And I'm like, what are you talking about? I went and looked, and I had skills on LinkedIn, including global thermonuclear warfare, panties, and cunnilingus.
Yeah.
And
James Bond, War Games, and
there you go. So those were
Animal House.
Those were my non-standard skills, and I'm like, I didn't even put those there. You don't control that. That's a LinkedIn thing. And so I think without due process, I was canceled from Paul Allen. And then one of my buddies ended up getting that job, and my God, I'm glad I did not get that job. So it turns out this is part of what I'm saying, though. This is basically like your Dungeons and Dragons character sheet, except that because of your previous quests, people have attached these skills to you. Every company you work for is another quest. You come out with a little bit more for
venture capitalists are like gold. Like this is like where we go. The venture capital gold, like you have to go raid it.
Exactly. Like this whole thing is basically gamified just in a mediocre fashion. We could totally amp this up.
This is a movie, right? This is like amazing. Like people are gonna set up one morning, they're like, and then suddenly, you're welcome to level 1.
Yeah.
Valkyrie needs food badly.
People are all just playing a different game in life. Some are playing Dungeons and Dragons. Some think they're playing chess. You're just playing a game. If you don't understand that you are playing a game and some of the rules were written by other people, maybe you can write a few of them. Like, it's just a game. And if you can figure that out and figure out what game you're playing, then you have a better chance of succeeding. But I think a lot of people just are not even clued into that yet.
We all talk about like, oh, are we in a simulation? And I said, no, listen, you're all missing the point. you're all in the game.
Yeah.
Right. Whether or not we're pixelated, whether it's an organic simulation, you're all in the game.
Yeah.
The difference is we're not all sure what the prize is. So this is the first problem.
Right.
So we don't know what the prize is. Some of us are just stuck in the game.
Yeah.
Like we're like non NPCs. We're just like,
Yeah.
we're
So many
non-player characters.
NPCs.
And
They don't even know they're
some
in
of
a
us are
game.
NPCs. And
Yeah.
but some are in there and they think that they realize they're in the game. That's when it gets fun.
Right.
Right. That's when
There you
when
go.
it gets interesting because now they're like, maybe I can edge the rules. But I think you're right. I think LinkedIn is funny because LinkedIn is like the last social network bastion right now.
Yeah.
Right. So
Yeah.
people were gamifying followers in
Totally.
Facebook
Everything
and
else,
then Instagram and then TikTok is like, oh, followers don't matter, but like we control the algorithm, right? Like
Yeah.
we'll make you famous or not.
Yeah.
But LinkedIn is still kind of a bit Wild Westish.
Yeah.
Right.
Right.
But like you said, if you have a gang of hackers who are your friends or not friends, they could take you down, right? I mean,
yeah.
they could, your party has met some orcs. Next thing you know,
Yeah. I mean,
you're done.
is there like a LinkedIn hitman you can hire? Just be like, hey,
But there is.
these are
right?
the
So there
people that are in
right?
the
There-
running for the job I want. Take them out.
Right. So you could probably have LinkedIn snipers. There's stuff. There are probably some LinkedIn echo chamber guys. We won't talk about them, but yeah, there are definitely things that you could do. I'm telling you, the dice is what's missing. But right now, the
Yeah.
dice is what? What is the dice? I was sitting here
And I
and
think it's spam.
I look at the funding. You think it's spam?
Well, I don't know. You get a lot of, in mail.
But these are all just tools, right? So these are like our magic swords, right? So it's like you need the
Mhm.
magic inbox reader, right? It's like you have a level 2
LinkedIn
inbox
top
reader, and it's
voice.
just like top. Oh yeah, top voice. That's definitely something. But we need better magic artifacts. That's what's
Better. Yeah.
that's what's missing.
More. Yeah. We need more badges that
Yeah,
are like
more badges,
earned.
magic
Earned
artifacts.
badges.
You need to be able to also like it's sometimes you could just go
There
in.
should be like a fired
The
by
other thing
Steve
is-
Jobs badge. And then there should be
yeah,
like a,
fired by.
there should be a like,
Yeah,
GameStop.
had a kid with Elon Musk. No,
Retiree.
that too many of those badges.
Had a kid
No,
with
we could do
Elon Musk.
had a kid with Musk. Too many badges. No,
Oh.
it's at least 12. I think social networks should have a random factor in them. At one point every day, like the lottery,
Yeah.
there's a kingmaker lottery. Like it just says, you've been selected, and then that's it. Just all traffic runs to you. Everything just
Right.
you just get blown up, right?
Yeah.
Like and it's 3 times a day. Dude, it'd be so amazing.
That would
Everyone
be
tune in
interesting,
for that.
actually.
That
Well,
would be
it could
amazing.
be more
wouldn't it?
egalitarian too. It's like you just
Yeah. Could
like,
you imagine just like
everyone on
times a
LinkedIn
day,
will see your post. Like
Yeah,
you pick
everyone
one
on
post a
LinkedIn-
day. One post a day gets shown to everyone on LinkedIn.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Just
The
Just that's it.
LinkedIn top
From-
post.
not based on merit. Just purely. It could be the post
Out of
could be.
random.
It's just pure random. Like it could be today. I saw clouds. It could you'd be known as the cloud guy for the rest. I mean, no one even knows why. Like
It would be it wouldn't work because it would end up being so excited to be speaking at this Toastmasters event on Thursday.
No, but here's the thing.
Hmm.
If we somehow made
Yeah.
it fun, like maybe you turned into a meme. Maybe one post
Yeah.
a day just gets full. You do realize, right? At 1 billion people,
Yeah,
if you take 1 billion people
Yeah.
and aim that laser
right.
like right on it, that Toastmaster, you don't know who might show up at that event. I mean, even 0.1%,
You DOS.
and you're talking like
You just said DOS Toastmasters.
10 million people show up at Toastmasters.
Okay. Well, anyway,
It's just you break the internet. That's it.
yeah, I think people should.
Do we know? Does Reed have anything to do with this? Could we go to Hoffman and say, hey, listen, like, do you have any back doors that we don't know about? Like, we should find someone. Who
I
can-
did get a get out of jail free card from DJ Patil one time when he was at LinkedIn. I'm like, DJ, I found some ways to hack LinkedIn, but I need to get out of jail free card. He's like, cool, I'll give you a get out of jail free card. I don't think he's at LinkedIn anymore.
I got
It's
one of
probably
those
expired.
I got one of those from Jeff Blackburn at Amazon.
Yeah.
So Blackburn, one morning, like a long time ago, he had bought something, and I figured out that all his gift cards were like not sequential, but pretty damn close. Like I figured out the key, and I was just randomly issuing gift cards.
Oh,
I'm like, we can't just like take everything out of Amazon. That would be really bad. So I call up Jeff, but like he had gotten like, he was like direct to Bezos, so he had become like a big deal. Like in 97, 98, he wasn't a big deal. He was just like Jeff, and I'm like talking to the assistant. I'm like, listen, I think he'll want to take my call. He might remember me from like 5 years ago, but tell him that basically every minute he wastes, I'm just issuing myself a gift card. And I said, but I'm going to keep all of them because I don't think anyone should know that this is happening. He goes, what are you up to? Like, what have you been doing these days? He goes, I don't know, but we're at Delphi, but I just figured out that your whole gift card system was programmed by like a Muppet. And the key is, and I told him, and he goes, I need to get back to you.
Yeah.
He calls me back. He's like, oh my God, I can't tell you how many millions.
Yeah.
We're just like, gift card. Yeah, it's closed now, so you can't go and get free gift cards at Amazon. But there was a good one.
Wow.
I told him I could only tell him if he gives me the get out of jail free.
Yeah, if he lets you keep the gift cards you made.